One of the issues in today's society is the so-called inequality, wherein there is no equal treatment or fair treatment to women and men. In order to eradicate this kind of issue, one of the sustainable development goals of the society is to achieve gender equality and to empower women and girls. As we all know, sometimes women are not treated right and even being belittled by the society itself. The society thinks that women are not capable of doing tasks that men can do. With this, women are also being discriminated and maltreated. One example of it is the political view of most people. People think that women can't lead properly and they think that women doesn't possess the capabilities and abilities to lead the community and even the country. That's why there is the stereotype that men can lead better than women. This kind of mindset is the issue that the Sustainable Development Goals wants to eradicate in order to erase the mindset of most of us that men are much more capable in doing things than us women. It is also to teach the society that even what gender you are, you can also do things that others can do. This goal also promotes the empowerment of the women, wherein they are encouraging the women to voice out their voices so that they can show and prove what they can do for the society. That's why, as the generation passes by, the mindset of the society becomes more open-minded towards these issues because we are gradually learning about the importance of gender equality in our society.
I'll be talking about the importance of gender equality and woman empowerment. Okay, but first and foremost, I would like you to ask one question, which is what comes to your mind when you hear the word gender equality? Okay, so when we say gender equality, this is all about women and men having some rights. Okay, so when we say rights, ito kasi yung mga karapatan natin bilang isang individual. Okay, same opportunities, equal expectations, having same salary, and having freedom of social restrictions, produced and no assumptions about rules. Okay, so for example, under the having same salary. Okay, so meron kasing mga workplace na hindi same yung salary na binibigay. Okay, which is not good for the people na nagwo-work doon sa workplace na yon. Kaya dapat kinakailangan na ibigay yung sapat and yung fair and the right salary, yung halaga ng salary na deserve nila. Okay, so in our society, normal na natin na nakikita ngayon yung mga lalaki at babae na nagwo-work. So, kung magkano yung sahod ng mga lalaki is ganun din yung sahod ng mga babae based on the professions. Okay, and in that, we must practice the virtue of equality. Okay, so the overall objective of gender equality is all about having good men and women in our society. Enjoy equal rights, opportunities, and obligations in all phases of life. So, moving on to human empowerment. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so we can see that women empowerment plays a vital role in our society to achieving gender equality. Well, this includes increasing the woman's sense of self-worth and self-esteem by increasing her decision-making, power her having access to opportunities and resources, her power and control over her own world, both inside and outside of our home. And of course, having the ability to affect change in the society. While I'm not saying that gender equality is solely focused on the empowerment of women only, but gender equality is also focused on the relationship of women and men in our society. So, for us to achieve gender equality, we have to empower women also with the actions men and boys in their society. Also aids to achieve what we call gender equality. So when we see empowered women, we can see that the health and productivity of both our families, communities, and countries is very well appreciated, and it benefits everyone in the society and the whole world. So let's empower women as empowerment. Okay, so the importance of gender equality and woman empowerment as an individual, youth, and of course in our society is the gender equality is considered as human rights, and woman empowerment is making women powerful to make them capable of deciding for themselves.
Okay, so next, why is gender equality is important for sustainable development? So we all know that gender equality is not just the concern of half of the world's population. It is a human right, a concern for us all. Because no society can develop economically, politically, or socially when half of its population is marginalized. We must leave no one behind. It is critical that we continue to engage men and boys actively in the fight against gender based on discrimination and violence. So we have an opportunity to secure a better future and raise a new generation of girls and boys who respect one another and work together to protect the rights of all people. The implications of not providing girls with equal voices, choices, and opportunities affect not just their lives but the future of the planet. Example is the climate change. Efforts to promote inclusively sustainable development and fight climate change are inextricably linked. If we care about our environment, we must care about the consequences our greenhouse gas emissions are having around the world. And if we do not take an urgent actions, we will irreparably damage the natural system on which life depends. This is not a threat that we can set aside until we have eradicated poverty worldwide, nor it is a problem that we can leave future generations to address. Left unchecked, climate change, along with other unsustainable patterns of development, could wipe out the gains of recent decades. All countries, developed and developing, have a role to play in ensuring a stable world for our children. That is why gender equality is very important for our sustainable development.
Facilitating awareness and learning regarding equality with different gender identities is important for pupils throughout various stages of their student lives. But how? To achieve gender equality, or how can we promote gender equality and empower women? Here, we have provided you with 10 tips and ideas to guide you through promoting gender equality in the classroom. First, ensure educational materials are free from gender stereotypes. Second, challenge expectations of professions typically associated with a particular gender. For example, include a female construction worker or soldier and a male secretary or nurse. Third, avoid the term guys, which may make female students feel excluded. Use gender-neutral pronouns like everyone. Do not refer to stereotypical characteristics like boys don't cry or girls don't fight, which limits understanding of gender rules. Fifth, address phrases like you play like a girl or a man up and point out the gender implications of these statements and help find alternative phrasing. 6. Avoid segregating boys and girls into separate lines, separate sports activities, and mix sitting up in the classroom. 7. Ensure any educational materials used shows genders in equal measures. 8. Mix boys and girls to work on projects together. 9. Explore gender concepts and rules from different communities. And lastly, help students identify instances of gender bias through awareness activities or historical events, laws, and cultural changes.
How to achieve gender equality? So here are some ways we can achieve a gender equality. First is talk to women and girls. A fundamental reason we have not yet achieved gender equality and every real is that women and girls' voices are too often excluded from global and national decision making. Second is stop child marriage and sexual harassment. If we want girls to be able to complete education, we have to end child marriage. We also have to seriously address sexual harassment of girls. Third is make education gender sensitive. There has been much progress in increasing access to education, but progress has been slow in improving the gender sensitivity of the education system, including ensuring textbooks promote positive stereotypes. Third is raise aspirations of girls and their parents. We need to give girls image and raise role models that expand their dreams. Fourth is empower mothers. When mothers are educated and empowered to make choices in their lives, they enable their daughters to go to school. Fifth is give proper value to women's work. The unpaid work women and girls do provide the foundation for the global economy. This fact needs to be highlighted more in the media, with the private sector and in communities. Sixth is get women into power. A proven way to overcome many systemic barriers to a woman's success has been increased participation by women in local, regional, and national legislation as empowered change agents. 7 is encourage women into non-traditional vocations. Supporting women in non-traditional jobs is crucial and not only making long-lasting change in their lives, but also help break social taboos. And last, be aware the backlash. One of the realities that we need to remember and address is that when women trespass, in spaces that were previously completely male-dominated, there is often a penalty. In education and in the workplace, that backlash often takes the form of sexual harassment, humiliation, violence.